Yo, what's up, guys? It's Mike here from Aerovox Studios, and today I'm going to show you how to lace up a 2-track beat like a pro. So let's get into it. Yo, so today I'm going to answer one of your guys' questions. This one comes from your boy Ernst3126. He asks, can you show what chain you're putting on a 2-track beat? Well, absolutely, my bro. All right, so this is a session I did recently with an artist. I've got all their vocals down here, and so I committed them to this stereo track right here. And I didn't do the verses, I just did the hooks. We only need the hooks for this example today because I'm going to play the vocals with the beat. And we're going to mess with the 2-track beat. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the beat and see what we think.
I be dripping Saint Laurent, man, I know that I'm on. Baby calling my phone, says she love all my songs. Smoke a blunt to the face, now I know that I'm gone. I be riding too fast, whoa.
Okay, so I would like to hear a little more punch in the low end. I'd like to hear a little more sub and tail after that punch. And then just overall the top end and the mids, I'd like to get more silky, and I'd like to just have them pop out at me a little, just a little more, but in a good way. Also, I'd like to hear just more of the beat on the sides, okay? So we're gonna process this beat mid-side, and majority of the things I'm gonna do to this beat today are gonna be mid-side. So first thing I'm gonna bring up is the Ozone 9 exciter. It doesn't really matter what number of Ozone you're in right now. I've loved every single exciter that they've dropped. In fact, 7 was really my favorite until I got used to using 9, and maybe I just forgot about 7. But I like 9 now too. I think they're up to 11. So anyways, I could just explain what I did here on this, or how about I just start from scratch with you guys. All right. So first thing here on the exciter, we want to put it in mid-side. Okay. Next thing to pay attention to is what parameter you're working in. So you got to pay attention to this. Is it the mids that you're processing? Is it the sides that you're processing? And I'm not talking about like mids like EQ. I'm talking about positioning of frequencies in the stereo field. All right. If that doesn't make any sense, spend some time messing with this mid-side thing and it will start to. Okay. Nothing's going to happen if you take this plugin and turn everything up all the way just to figure out what mid-side is doing. Okay. So we're going to start in the mids, and we are going to set some bands here. And you may think like, Mike, how do you know like where to put those? I don't. I'm literally going to let the plugin do it for me. All right. One really important thing when you're going to use Learn, make sure that you select and play a low dynamic spot in the song and a high dynamic spot in the song, and let it pick up all those different little places. All right, I'm gonna hit Learn. We're gonna play in the hook here.
To the face, now I know that.
We're gonna play here. We're gonna play here. And now we let the software learn all the different parts about the track, so that way it can set these crossovers in the best place possible. Okay, from there we're gonna hop into the low end, go from left to right, and the mids, and then go to the sides and do the same thing. I'm gonna tell you right out the gate, I'm not gonna use analog and I'm not gonna use retro. I don't really ever find those two to be what I'm looking for when I'm trying to use an exciter, because it's called an exciter and these two are not exciting. All right, let me just throw that out there first. So we're gonna start on what it's set at with the triode, and let's take a listen to what this is doing to the bass. Let's turn it off. Back on. See it waking up that low end? Let's try dual triode. Pretty spicy. It's starting to get a little hairy down there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Let's see what else we got with tube. Too crazy. That's way too much hair. We got Sasquatch territory going on there. Tape, still just too distorted. Too distorted for me. This dual triode is doing it though. We just have too much of it. All right, let's take this off. Sick. I love what this is doing. Let's check out the low mids. Crank it to 100. Let's find out what's going on. A lot of action with the triode. Let's try the tube. Let's try the tape. Okay, let's try dual triode. I like dual triode. Even though it's getting a little hairy, it'll go away if we don't use that much of it. Sometimes I use these mix knobs, sometimes I don't. You gotta go with your ears on it. So let's take out what we've done on the lows and the low mids. Back in. Okay. We've got a nice tilt coming up on the low end, which is kind of leaving our top end like feeling a little dark. Okay, we're gonna bring that back to life. So let's go ahead, crank up these high mids. You hear that hi-hat and snare, hi-hat and clap coming through, right? Let's dual triode that. Okay. Kind of frying it. Let's try tape. Tube. They're all frying it a little too hard. Right? But dual triode, if we bring that down, I'm liking that. Let's go and try dual triode on the top end. Okay, that's pretty. Tape is cool. I think I'm gonna go with that tape. It seems just right. So let's turn off what we did here in the center of the beat. Back on. Okay. I love it. So we definitely got more punch out of the low end. We got more tail out of that 808. And after all that low end was introduced, we kind of have to balance it out by enhancing the highs. And so I loved what the tape did to the super highs, and I like the dual triode kind of just frying up the hi-hat and the clap and the strings of the guitar just a little bit. All right. So this is where the track is going to feel much bigger, because when I push the sides here, it gets cool. All right. So check this out. I don't like a lot of low end in the sides of the mix. I want it to be clean in the middle. All right. So I'm not going to go crazy with the low end on the sides when I get done setting this up, but I am going to go crazy to figure it out. All the way up. Let's listen. Let's switch modes. Okay, I like triode better than dual. I like tube. Okay, let's go back to that tube. You can hear tube was pretty wild, so we don't need a lot of it. Okay, I'm gonna even bring this down a bit and turn this up just a bit. All right, not a lot going on the sides, just a little warmth, like a nice sweater. Okay, let's get into the low mids. This is where a lot of the action is happening. Let's see which one fits. Let's try tube. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Tape is nice. Let's bring that down. Okay. Try the high mids. Okay, when I switched to dual triode, I heard that hi-hat move to one side and really giving me that width. Okay. Let's try a couple other. Wow. Came back more to the center with tube. tape, same thing. Dual triode's really pushing that hi-hat out for me. Let's turn that off. See that? Hi-hat's sitting in the middle now. Now I pushed it out to the sides. We're gonna go halfway with that. Okay, bring this down a tad. Just kind of keep the hi-hat where it was, but add a little something over to the sides on it. All right. Let's check out the highs on the sides. All right. Tape, pushing it over there. Let's try dual triode. Let's try tube. I think I like the tape. Okay, you can hear it come back to the middle when I bring this down. Want somewhere in between right there. Okay, so it takes a little patience to set up this exciter because, you know, there's 7 different options on 4 parameters and times 2. A little bit of work, right? But let's try it without the plugin. I'm gonna bypass it, play the beat, and let's turn it on. Okay. Yeah, that's fire. That is always the first thing I'm gonna run on any 2-track beat that I get. Some people might just reach for an EQ. Well, if you're not going mid-side on that EQ, you're not reaching around far enough, my boy. I don't know. The exciter is just a little more exciting. So typically this next plugin, if I don't like it, I don't use it, but I try it just to find out, see what we get out of it. It's just kind of like taking a lemon and squeezing it one more time, seeing if we get any more juice out of it. And if we don't, and we just start getting pulp out of there, then, you know, let's clean the pulp out and let's just not do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna go on here. What I'm gonna do is take this clipper. All right, it's by Drumforge. I'm gonna factory default, and that way, you know, we're gonna start over and do this from scratch. So shout out to all the Joes, Joey, Joel, Joe, over there at Drumforge. These dudes, they killed it with DF Clip 1, but they super killed it with DF Clip 2. We wanna take this and put it right where the kick drum in 808 is gonna end in the frequency range. So I could see where the kick and 808 are at, and it's somewhere right here. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Now we're gonna enhance this low end. Here's what a bunch of it does. You've heard some people do that to their tracks, right? I think the Island Boys, that's what happened to their track. And then the mastering engineer fried it with the limiter, you know what I mean? Anyways, we don't want to go there, but we do want to get a little more something out of the bottom end if we can. All right, so I'm going to probably use like 2 of this, you know, at maybe 3 at most, 2 dBs. So let's turn it off. Turn it on. I hear you knocking. And you can come in. All right, so let's see what the top end will do, just to show you. Top and mids. We do not need a lot of that. Here's without. Here's with. Now, one thing I've noticed is when you use a clipper like this on the beat, you're actually gonna get the beat louder without the fader really knowing that it's getting louder. That's what the crazy thing is about clippers. So you may have a beat in your session that you're recording vocals to, and it's like just at 0, you didn't gain reduce it, -15, like I happen to do right here. You see what I'm saying? And then you'll see on your fader that it's clipping right here. Well, I bet you if you throw a clipper on it and you hook it up in the right areas right here, give it a little something, you're gonna trick that fader and it's not gonna be clipping anymore. So definitely get one of these in your life. Next plugin. Okay, so last but not least, we got the dynamic EQ. All right, and again, I have this in mid side. Okay. So let me just show you what's going on here. The way this thing works is that it's kind of like a compressor in the sense of the way that it operates when a frequency range hits over a certain threshold, then it's going to subtract in that frequency range. Whatever the fixed threshold is set to, it's going to either add or take away. Again, we could solo the middle of the track and we can solo the sides of the track. All right. This is designed to just do a little bit of cleanup. Anything that's taken away from the clarity of the track, or anything I could think of like in this final stage to just add a little bit of, I'm going to do very gently right here. So I'm scooping out 600. Let's take a listen to what that is in the mids. Just a little bit of a notchy there, right there. Just notching it out slightly. And then here, all this area, just very gently and broadly pulling that up. Let me solo it for you. Okay. Then on the sides, oh, and you know, I hear a little more right there that I kind of want to get rid of. All right. Let's go back to the sides now. This is an area I want to hit for the sides. Kind of muddy. Okay? You probably heard people talk about muddy. That's what it is. Now, let's turn everything I have on the beat off. Turn it back on. Yeah, so you can hear how we get more punch, we get more clarity, we get more brightness, we get more width, and I'm not even talking mastering right now. This is just what I did to the beat. Okay, so let's throw the vocals back in the beat and let's see what it sounds like. Okay, let's play it one more time and then I'll turn the plugins off and back on. Here they're off. Baby calling my phone, says she love all my songs. Smoke a blunt to the face, now I know that I'm gone. I be riding too fast, whoa. Okay, let me do it one more time, turn them off, play the beat. I be dripping Saint Laurent, man, I know that I'm on. Baby calling my phone, turn them on. She love all my songs. Smoke a blunt to the face, now I know that I'm gone. I be riding too fast. Now, some of you may say, Mike, that is kind of subtle. No, it's not. No, it's not. So that is a wrap. I hope that answers your question. Your boy Ernst3126. And I hope this helps out all you guys a ton. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, don't forget to go down to the description below so you can tap into the free template I'm giving away to you guys for stopping by and checking out my videos. I just want to say thank you, let you know how grateful I am. I love you guys, and I will catch you at the next one. Peace.